Hello everybody, you're here with Claudio Beauty with your host Claudia Lara. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today is another episode of Fragrance and we are here to experience for the very first time a fragrance that I've been looking forward to it. So if you want to keep on watching and see how I experience the fragrance, how it makes me feel, how it changes my mood, and who do I think is for, or what do I think is for, please keep on watching. So today we're here with the fragrance from Gucci. And if you haven't seen all my videos, I've been testing all of them. I just got very curious once I saw them. I think I saw them in Fifth Avenue. And I just been loving experimenting and exploring and discovering for the very first time. So today we're gonna be trying the Eyes of the Tiger. Whoa, girl. And one of the reasons I was very, very interested in it, first of all, the bottle. I love the bottles. They all look the same, they're different colors. But the bottle of this one is white with gold. I think it's just so lovely. And it just reminded me, it's almost like I did this before. So, well, if I did this before, this is going to be interesting. Let's see. So one of the reasons I was so curious on this one is because the main accords, no, that doesn't. Maybe there's another bottle that looks like it. I'll have to research because I remember a bottle white with gold before. But this one has a tiger in the top. And so, no, I don't think I have tried it. Ooh, decisions, right? Memory lapse. I don't think so, because the main accords, and I usually don't start like this, but it just threw me off when I saw the bottle, the color of the bottle, because I only order samples. So this one, the main accord is amber, vanilla, and powdery, which amber to me is elegance, and I love fragrances that only have a few ingredients. So now I'm very curious of this one. Now, the name of it is The Eyes of the Tiger, Eau de Parfum by Gucci. It's an amber fragrance for women and men. Amber fragrance. Yeah, I just said that. The Eyes of the Tiger, Eau de Parfum was launched in 2019, so fairly new. And the nose behind this fragrance is Alberto Mortilla. Now, I heard of him before, and he has created some of the other Gucci fragrances. And so far, I really, really have loved this new niche of their fragrances. I say new niche because this is all under the Alchemist Garden. So under the Alchemist Garden, there's all these fragrances. I'm not sure how many of them are, but I'll read a little bit on them. So the first and foremost, it seems like today I went a little bit out of order, but that's okay. Let's smell it. Okay, I just sprayed some. Oh yes, I'm an amber girl. Well, to tell you the truth, I'm usually a white floral girl, but amber to me is elegance. It's just elegance, and this one is no less. And imagine only the notes that it's describing in this website Fragrantica, which is where all fragrances sort of are. That's why I started there. And the main accords they call on is amber, what was it, vanilla, and powdery, right? Yes, and they call it amber, vanilla, and labdanum. Looks like a flower, but they say amber, vanilla, and powdery. And so it's a very nice smelling, very elegant, very amber-like. But the amber with the powdery is just interesting. I can't see a woman and a man wearing this for sure. So let me go to the actual Gucci website, and what I wanted to read aloud because it's Gucci first haute perfumery line, And the alchemist's garden unfolds within an imagined laboratory filled with the curious jars and mesmerizing scents, blended by master perfumer Alberto Morillas under Alessandro Michael's creative direction. The customizable collection made out of Eaux de Parfum, perfume oils, and Acte Profumate is inspired by the art of alchemists. Da, 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 da. So the whole premise behind this is that you can mix and match and create your own fragrance with all of these smells. Maybe that's why they create this with few ingredients and then there's another one. You know, each have their lane and they're subtle enough and simple enough that you can blend and not be overwhelmed. And when I do the quotation marks under simple is because each of them can hold their own, so they're not like just nothing or not wearable on its own. However, that you can mix and match and create your own signature scent, which I love that sort of idea behind it. For example, for me, most of leather fragrances, I like to mix them with something else. So maybe a white floral and add a little bit of the leather behind it. And I like that mixture quite a bit. So I don't want to get out of here. So we're going back to the eyes of the tiger. Now I can see where the name sort of resembles the eyes of the tiger because as I smell the amber in here, it does remind me of that kind of color, and also the eyes of the tiger that way. And because it's so pronounced, you kind of focus on that. So I can see the eyes of a tiger looking at you. Sort of like that. Maybe it was not their intention, but that's what I see. And it's funny because in the bottle, there's one tiger, but it's sideways and it's a full body. So it's not just the eyes of the tiger in the design. Yeah, that's just me talking. Let's go to a little bit of their points. The bottles do look like if they came from a laboratory. They're all kind of long in a cylinder sort of and kind of a cork on the top. Of course, they don't have a cork on the top, but they have a very nice circular sort of top. But that's what it reminds me of. If it was actually in a laboratory where back on the day, right? Where they had all kind of medicines and flower essence and oils and all of this thing where essences were created. So what are points to mention here? It says, accentuate this fragrance by layering it with perfume oils and acubra, inspired by the first perfumery containers, display on the wooden shelf of antique apothecaries. The fragrance is disclosed in a precious white lacquer glass bottle with a porcelain effect adorned with gold accents. I talked about the bottles. The bottles are beautiful, simple, but beautiful. Among the animals populating the house's narrative universe, the image of a tiger decorates the bottle. All right, well, nothing interesting so far. I usually look if they write a little poetic way of describing the fragrance because I think that enhances the experience, but I haven't found that. This part, okay, this is the last I will read. An opulent amber extract blended with woody cease resin and a dark hint of vanilla. The eyes of the tiger evokes Chinese mythology, which connects amber to the soul of a tiger, descended to earth and embodies the feline dangerous and sensitive nature. All right, so that's where they come up with the eyes of the tiger. I don't necessarily connect with all of that. Like, I don't connect with the Chinese mythology and the soul of the tiger. And I connected more with the eyes, like I explained. It's a simple scent. Would I be getting this bottle? No. Even though I love amber and simplicity, it's too amber powdery. It's just too simplistic for me. So if you are very simplistic kind of, I see a more of a guy. I mean, I guess it is very unisex. A woman is not very masculine per se, but you know, I have a friend that I think she wore something very ambery, and every time I saw her, I was like, oh my God, what are you wearing? So I do see how this fragrance can be, in its simplicity, a good signature scent for someone. To me, I feel I'm missing a little more of a overall opening up. Again, I'm more of a white floral, more femininity, or a little more grounding. So all the things that I usually enjoy in a fragrance are not here. So this, as they say, could be a gray blendable fragrance. On those fragrances that I feel it needs a little more elegance, it needs a little more powdery, it needs a little more, I wouldn't say depth, but something that holds its own, I would mix this in. But on its own, I think for me, I think I'm a little more complex. So again, I would recommend this for somebody that is very simple, and yet it has this strength of being a signature scent. So yeah, it's very simple, very here I am, very in the background per se. Like I said, if you come and say hello, I will get it, and then that's the end of it. I don't think it will start a conversation, even though I did tell my friend many times, oh, that smells nice. It was not this fragrance, but you know, the amber itself. So you might get that compliment in that moment in time, but then that's it. I don't think it's, yeah, I think I would need a little more complexity for myself. Age-wise, I think it could be for any age, really, because it's that light for a youngster. It might be a little boring for them. It's not that sweet, that loud, that active, that thing, but it's a nice, elegant fragrance. So for older generations, for ourselves, like me and older, I think it's simple. I think it's nonchalant. I think it's nice. I think it will be perfect for mixing, as I said. And yeah, I don't see myself buying this fragrance, a full bottle of it. But I'm glad I have the sample, because I will be trying mixing it with others. And then maybe I can come back and say what I mix it with that made it a perfect fragrance. So if you have this, if you smell it, if you like it, please comment down below. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And I guess I will see you next time. Bye.